Ahoy, everybody. Welcome back. And today we've got something of a weird or a special video, I suppose, for you guys. I just wanted to add this quick caveat to the front of this video to explain it to you guys just a little bit. So I originally made this build order guide video that you're about to see for a friend of mine who is like brand new to RTS, brand new to Age of Empires. So he was trying to figure out a good French build to do, and he was watching videos, about French builds from, higher rated players who make builds, and he was having difficulties understanding the build because they went too fast and, didn't explain enough. So I figured I would learn the French build myself, and then I would make it for him to try to explain it to him just a little bit better. So this is like a video for like complete beginners. Like I'm talking like you've pretty much never played AoE before in your life, and maybe you were very new to RTS as a whole as well. So if you guys are like Gold League already, you've already got some experience in the game, this probably isn't a build order guide for you. This is mostly for like total beginners. So I just wanted to add that caveat to the front here. I mean, you can see I'm only in Platinum League, so I really have, and I'm in Platinum League with Roos, so I really have no business making a build order guide for the masses, but I figured I could at least make one for my friend, and I mean, it'd probably be helpful for new players as well. So I just wanted to add that quick caveat to the front of this. This is not like a high-level build order guide or anything. This is like a total noob, beginner build order guide to try to teach you some of the aspects of RTS games and stuff. So I just want to add that caveat to the front here. And honestly, I thought about I originally just posted this video and left it unlisted so my buddy could look at it, and I just sent him the URL. But I figured I would make it public because I'm starting a new series tomorrow, and I didn't know what video I should do for today, so I figured, screw it, let me just upload this video for today, and that'll be my daily video. So because we're starting a new series tomorrow, and I don't want to do just like a random video in between there, or I don't know, I'm just doing something weird. So I figured this would suffice for a video between now and then. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. And like I said, this is a build order guide for like total beginners. So if you're already good at the game, this probably isn't going to be a build order for you. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Semper Fi. Alright, bruh, I'm gonna help you out since you seem to be a bit confused by the other guy's guide video. So, I'm gonna try to make one for you. Hopefully I can explain it a little bit easier. I'm not gonna do like any of the fluff that he did, like, building placements or any of the like fucking harass attack bullshit. I'm just gonna show you the build, and that's about it. There's one other thing I'm gonna have to show you just because I feel like it's really important, but for the most part, I'm just going to be showing you the build, and hopefully I can slow it down and explain things a little bit better for you so you can understand. But yeah, so I was thinking about this while I was at work, and I think I have to show you like the early game scouting like techniques that I use, just because I feel like if you don't have it, you're just not going to have enough sheep to do what I do in a timely manner, and you're always going to be like 10 seconds behind on everything no matter what you do. So this is what we're gonna do. I got a game queued up right here, a replay. You can probably already see it's only 2 minutes and 51 seconds long. So I just want you to practice. When you start practicing the build, I just want you to practice the first 2 minutes. It's really the first like 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the game. That's all I want you to practice. It's basically until you place down the School of Cavalry, the Age Up landmark building. That's all I want you to practice. And what we're going to be focusing on is obviously villager production, getting the landmark building out on time, and we're going to be focusing heavily on scouting while we do it. So there's a lot of dead time in the early game where you would, if you didn't have a scout to micro around, you would literally just be sitting here, like just like this. You'd be sitting here right here with your screen exactly like this, looking at your your villagers do shit, which obviously that's time that you could spend looking for sheep. So I'm going to show you where to do that at if you're confused. So we're going to look at my camera. This is going to be what I was looking at in the game, and I'm going to explain to you every step. So The very first thing you do when the game loads, literally the first thing, you hit the command center and you hit Q, which is the villager hotkey you can see right here. So very first thing you do, click on that TC, hit Q. First thing. Right after you're done with that, like this is going to be, you're going to have to do this kind of quickly. So you're going to click on the TC, you're going to hit Q, and then you're going to box the villagers, and you're going to right click the sheep. Okay? So TC, Q, box the villagers, right click the sheep. Pretty simple, but maybe it'll take you a try or two to get it down. But I have no doubt that you can get it down fairly easily. Once you're done with that, you're gonna box the scout, which will be somewhere close by, and you're gonna look for your first pack of sheep. So you can see over on the top right over here, my first 2 sheep are over on the right. So I'm gonna move him that way. So I'm gonna right click the ground, and he's gonna move over towards the sheep. And as I do that, I'm gonna put him on control group 1. You can put them on whatever group you want. I just put them on 1. And then you're going to hotkey your command center, your town center. I put it on 4. You can put it on whatever you want. But just know that I put it on 4. And when you do that, you might as well queue up a second villager as well. And also rally it to the command center. Or rally the TC to the sheep. So to reiterate, I know that's a lot of information. It seems like literally this is like the first 5 seconds of the game. So it's a lot, but I have no doubt if you practice it, you'll get it down. So to reiterate the steps, very first thing you do, click on the town center, hit Q to queue a villager up to build. Then you're going to box these villagers. You're going to right click the sheep. And then you're going to select your scout, put them over towards wherever your first pack of sheep is. As you're doing that, you're going to put them on control group 1, and then you're going to click the command center, and this will be as he's moving. You're going to control group that to whatever you want. I put it on 4, and you're going to rally it to the sheep and queue up a second villager as well. So let's watch that. So I hit the town center, I made a villager, put him over there, I got my guy going, and then I'm going to queue up the town center, or I'm going to hotkey the town center and queue up a villager. So queuing up another villager and hotkeying the town center, you can delay that a little bit. You don't have to do that part super, super fast, but you have to do it kind of quickly. Before the first villager gets made, basically. So I've collected these sheep, and I'm just going to bring them back real quick. I'm just going to run them by over here, and then as I'm running by, I'm boxing the sheep, and I'm just right-clicking right in front of this little gate right here. Okay? So you can see I've got 2 villagers queued up. I have my sheep going over there, and I'm just going to send my scout. I'm just going to click somewhere on the mini-map kind of close to my base. So if you're looking at my mini-map, I'll just click right here on the edge of the black with the scout. And then I'm going to build a house with one of the villagers that's on food. It doesn't matter which one. Just build the house. And then as the villager is building the house, what you can do is you can shift queue them to do things after they're done building. So you'll build the house, and then you'll hold shift and you'll right click a sheep. That way, as soon as he's done building the house, he just goes over to the sheep and you don't got to do nothing. And from now on, we're just going to be I guess after that, after you do the shift queue thing, you'll want to rally the town center to gold. So, to reiterate, we've dropped the sheep off. Our first villager is now complete, so we pull 1 villager off the food, build the house. We hold shift with that villager and we right click a sheep. That way he builds the house and then goes to sheep. And then we re-rally the town center to wherever the gold is. So my gold is right here. So I'll re-rally it to right there. So you can see this little blue line right here. I've got my town center rallied to the gold. And now we're looking at our scout, because we've got nothing else to do. So we're just looking for sheep, obviously. And we're going to do it in a circle pattern around the base. So I've started over here, and I'm just going to skirt the edge of the black. If you're looking at my mini-map in my cursor, I'm just going to skirt the edge of the map here, or the edge of my vision here, with the scout looking for sheep. And we're gonna wait for that first villager to build. Okay, so as soon as he builds, you heard that shh sound. So that's your cue that a villager got built. So you're gonna go back home real quick. You're gonna look at your villager and you're gonna build the mining camp next to the gold, and then you'll go back to your scout. And we're looking for sheep again. Sorry, it's kind of jittery in the replay, but it is what it is. So you can see right here, I'm not even looking at my base. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just looking for sheep, and then every once in a while I'll hit 4, which is my town center hotkey, and I'll hit Q. I'll look at, I'll hit 4 and I'll look at if I've got 2 villagers queued up. If I only have 1, then I'll hit Q and I'll queue up 1 behind it. So like right now, I've only got 1 queued up right now. You can see I'm still looking at my scout, but another one gets queued because I hit 4 and I hit Q. So I queued up another one. So you don't really have to do a lot here. And we're also paying attention to down here at our gold, and we're gonna make sure that when this hits 3, we go back and look at our base and we re-rally onto the food. So we're just gonna wait for that to happen, but in the meantime, we're just looking for sheep. Looking for sheep, okay. I just heard 1 get built. I've got 3, so now I re-rally onto the sheep, and now I'm looking for sheep again with my scout. And as I'm doing this, I'm hitting 4. If I don't got 2 queued up, I hit Q. And I'm just looking. At 1 minute, no later. You can go home earlier if you want to, but no later than 1 minute and 55 seconds you want to go home with whatever sheep that you've managed to collect. You should have collected at least 5, but look to at least, well, I guess look to at least gather 4, but you really want like 5 or 6. But get at least 4. And again, I'm hitting 4, I'm hitting Q every now and then. Okay, 1 minute and 55 seconds, so I'm gonna bring my scout just back through. I'm gonna so basically I click somewhere right here. That way he drags the sheep past my town center. And I'm waiting for the age up to happen, basically, because you can see I'm about to hit 200 gold, and I'm about to hit 400 food, which is the amount that we want for the age up. As the sheep come by, so right about there, as the sheep are running by, I'll just box the sheep, and then I'll click right here. That way the sheep all go to right there. And now with the scout, basically, so what you want to do, you'll want to click the scout, and then you want to hold shift, and on the mini map, you can order your scout to move via the mini map. So on the mini map, you'll hold shift, and you'll just kind of right click around the edge of where you can't see. So around the edge of the black, just kind of like you can see my cursor right here. I'll just go click, 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 and then I'll forget about it for a minute. You can just let him do his thing, and you can just look at the base from now on. And now we're just waiting for 400 food. Once you hit 400 food, you'll box 5, and you'll go build the School of Cavalry. Place it down. So I got it down about. The guy in the video did it in 2:25, so look for that. But 5-second leeway time, and then you can just quit the game as soon as he places, and just keep practicing this over and over and over again until you can do it every time without fail. I know it's a lot to process and to do, but I promise the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. You're going to find that moving the scout around while you're building villagers is super easy. I mean, literally, you're looking at my camera. I was literally looking at my scout for pretty much that entire time. And you're just hitting 4. If you don't have 2 queued up, you hit Q and you queue a second one up. And then you're just making sure that you're looking at the timer. When it hits 1 minute, 55 seconds, you come home. And if you do that, you'll come home before you ever hit 400, 200. So you don't even really have to worry about how many resources you have, because you're going to be looking at your base before you hit that amount if you come home at 1 minute and 55 seconds. And then once your scout is home, you've dropped the sheep off, you can just queue them around the map a little bit. and then you're just waiting for the 400 food, 200 gold to place. Super simple. It sounds like a lot, but I promise you'll get it down if you just practice it like, I don't know, like 20 times, 15, 20 times. And it's literally just 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so you can knock this shit out super quickly. Like I said, literally just as soon as you place the School of Cavalry down, just quit the game and do another one. If you place it down at like 3 minutes, try to, obviously try to decrease the time. But just work on that until you can get it down perfectly, and then we can move to the next step of this video, which I'm about to do right now. Okay, now for this part of the video, I'm going to assume that, obviously you can watch this part of the video before you've mastered the first part, but by the time you get to this part and you're ready to do this part, I'm going to assume you've mastered the first part of the video. So I'm not going to talk about scout movement or nothing in this one. I'm going to assume you've already got it down. So just know that. I'm not going to be talking about scout movement in this one. I'm just going to be talking about the build from now on. That's why I want you to work on that first part of the video first. And then you can come to this part, this is going to be the entire build. I'm going to take you all the way to the end of the game here. I'm going to explain everything to you. So, let's do it. So, we're going on to the food here. We've got one rallied onto the, we've got our next villager rallied onto the food. And we're basically just waiting for that to come out. We're going to build the house. You should already have this part down, so like until I place the School of Cavalry, this should all be like, yeah, Nordy, what the fuck? You don't need to tell me this twice, bro. So I got the house placed down, and I'm rallied onto the gold now. And I'm waiting for 3 to go onto the gold, and then we'll rally back to food. Got the mining camp going down. And we're still rallied onto the gold because we want 2 more onto the gold. Like you've already done, hopefully. Hopefully you've already mastered this portion of the game. Like you can see, there's really nothing I can talk about right now because like there's nothing really to say at this point of the game, which is why you should be microing your scout around right now. 3 on the gold, so now we'll rally back to food until we're ready to build the School of Cavalry. So basically until you have 400 food, 200 gold. And you know by 155 you've got to get your scout back home. So you know you're about to, even if you're running out of sheep, you know you're about to get that influx of sheep here in any second now. So here come my extra sheep. I managed to get 6 in this game, which is just a fine number. If you can get more, get more. Got them dropped off right where I want them. And I'm just going to go and... So you can see here, I'll kind of show you. You can see my scout. I guess we can talk about the scout movement for the later stages of the game. You can see I've got him just shift queued around the edge of my vision here. So you can just do that via the mini-map. And then once you've done that, you can forget about the scout for a little while because you really don't need any sheep past this point. But obviously more sheep is always a good thing. But you don't technically need any more after this point. But the more you can get, the better, obviously. Plus you deny your opponent sheep as well by getting them yourself, which is always a good thing. Alright, we're going to go place the School of Cavalry down. Place it wherever the fuck you want with 5 villagers. Okay, now we're going to talk about what to do next. So this is the stage of the game that you haven't got to yet. So, I've already talked about this a little bit with shift queuing the house, which you should already be a master at. So we're going to apply the same tactic. This is kind of like a higher level thing. I get it, it's hard, it's confusing at first, but it's good to get in the habit of doing this while you're learning rather than before you've built up a whole bunch of bad habits. So you can shift queue villagers as they're building things, right? This makes it so you don't have to fumble and fuck around when the building's already done with your villagers, and you know they'll spend 20 seconds idle while you try to fuck around and move them to wherever you want. So you want to be shift queuing them while they're building things. That way, as soon as they're done, they just go do whatever the hell you want them to do next. So think about it. What do we want to do next with these 5 villagers here? We want to put 2 of them on the stone. We want to have one of them make a house, and we want to have the final 2 go onto wood, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna box these 2 right here, or you can click one and then hold shift. You can click another one. You can do either one. You can either box, or you can click one, hold shift, click another one. You can do either one. So I'm gonna get 2 of them selected. I'm gonna hold shift, and I'm gonna right click the stone, and then I'm gonna click the next one. I'm gonna hold shift. I'm gonna hit Q for my building hotkeys. I'm gonna hit Q again for house, and I'm just gonna place a house somewhere over here. And then I'm gonna click the remaining 2, and I'm gonna hold shift, and I'm gonna go to one of these trees that surround your base here. So you'll always, at the start of the game, you always have at least, I think it's at least 3, maybe it's sometimes it's only 2, but you'll have at least 2 trees like close to your base, and you'll want to move them to one of the trees around your base, okay? So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna box 2 of them, hold shift, right click the stone, click the next one, hold shift, build a house, click the final 2, hold shift, right click one of these trees, okay? And then you've still got villagers rallied onto food for this part of the game, and now you're waiting for 100 more gold. You're going to be using that 100 gold to build a knight once this School of Cavalry is done. So these 3 guys are going to stay on gold until you hit 100 gold, and then they're going to move and make the mining pit on wherever your stone is, okay? So that's what's next. So let's keep watching. And once I do it, and you don't have to do this like super quickly. Obviously, you got some time to do this. Like, you can wait until you have 100 gold, and you know you build the mining camp before you start shift clicking these guys around. But as you get better, you'll be able to do it before you build the the mining pit. But you got some time to do this, is what I'm saying. You don't feel like you have to do this shit like right away when you place the School of Cavalry down. Like, you got until this building is done building to shift queue these guys around, okay? So you got time to do it. So don't feel like you need to fucking rush around and do this shit, because you don't, all right? But as you get better, obviously you'll be able to do it faster, and you can do it, you know, right away. So I'm waiting for 100 gold here. So I'm hitting 4, I'm hitting Q. Like, obviously villager production is, you know, continuous throughout this whole experience. Never stop making villagers. So you're always hitting 4 and you're hitting Q. You do some things, you hit 4, you hit Q. You do some things, you hit 4, you hit Q. All right? Like, obviously, like, you can see there I just had like a second of downtime. Like, you can have a second or 2 of downtime, it's fine, but try to keep it to a minimum. Okay, you can see I have 100 gold, and I'm moving my villagers over to make the mining camp now. There it is. Okay, and then, so now at this point, if you wanted to, you could, you know, fumble around with your shift Q shit. I've already done it, as you can see here with the blue line. I've got these 2 guys going to the stone. I've got this guy going to make the house over here. And then I've got these 2 guys going onto this tree here, okay? And I'm still rallied onto the food. We're gonna keep rallied onto the food until we have 9 on food, all right? So until we have 9 on food, we're gonna stay rallied onto the food. And I'm not looking at my scout at all, by the way. You can totally forget about your scout from this point on if you really want to. But again, as you get better, like, this would be a time right here. Like, as you can see, we're not really doing anything right now. So this would be a time to go look at your scout and see, you know, is there any sheep around? Maybe re-shift queue him around the map. You know, shift queue him over here. You know, just go around the map with him. This would be the time to do that. If you wanted to, but you don't have to, okay? You can forget about your scout if you want to, but I'm just giving you an option. This is the time of the game where you would want to reposition your scout around the map. If you wanted to. And again, Hitting 4, hitting Q. Hitting 4, hitting Q throughout the game, okay? Always keep a villager queued up. Alright, we've got 9 on food now, so now you can rally your command center onto one of these trees. I would rally it onto whatever. I would rally it onto one of the trees that you didn't put these guys on. So you can see these guys are going to this tree. So I would rally it onto either this one or this one, but it really doesn't matter. You can put them on whichever one you want. I'm just telling you what I would do. Okay, so School of Cavalry's done. And you can see my villagers are off doing whatever I shift queued them to do. I've got my command center onto the wood. At this point, you can build a knight. I kind of forgot to do it, but really, as soon as this building is done, you should be building a knight. I just kind of forgot to do it for a little while, but you should build it right away. And then once this building is done, you want to split off. So you had 9 on food, right? And you want to have 4 on food at this point. So you want to split off 5 from food and click on one of the trees. Okay, so I'm going to move 5 onto this tree right here. And now what we're going to do to make this next part easy. So, in the video, the guy said to make the town center with 10, right? And instead of having all of your villagers on, you know, these random ass trees here, and, you know, you've got a clump of 10 villagers and you have to, you know, try to, you know, slide box select 5 out of that huge ass group of 10. What we're gonna do, okay, is we're gonna have the 5 that were on food on one tree, okay? So I've got them on this tree right here, and we're gonna leave them on that tree. And we've got our command center rallied onto a different tree, and the 2 that were making the School of Cavalry onto a different tree as well. So leave these 5 alone on a tree together, okay? Don't put any more on this tree. And then with the ones that are making other trees, or mining from other trees, as soon as we hit 50 wood, we're going to make a lumber camp on wherever your big pack of trees is, okay? And this makes it so when you go to build the town center, it's easy to select the 10 workers that you need to do it with, okay? So you'll have the 5 on stone that you'll use to make the town center, and you'll have the 5 that are on these close trees that'll go and make the town center as well. This way you don't have to, you know, pull 5 from here and then try to, you know, fucking select 5 from a huge ass group of villagers, alright? I'm just trying to make this easier for you. And this guy can, the guy that's making the house, you can shift queue onto the big wood, wherever your big ass pack of trees is. You can rally him to that. So we're waiting for 50 wood right now, is all we're doing. We've got our town center rallied to the wood, to the close trees, and we're just waiting for 50 wood. Okay, we've got 50 wood, and we're gonna pull the villagers that aren't this pack of 5 to make. We're gonna pull all of them to make this a lumber camp, and we've got our town center now rallied to the big pack of trees. So all we've got on the close wood now is the 5 that we're gonna use to make the town center with. And I think it sounds kind of confusing. I'm sure you're sitting here like, Nordy, what the fuck are you talking about? But I promise you, this is gonna make your life a lot easier. Because you're going to use these 5 villagers to make the town center, as well as the 5 on stone. Okay, so now we've got town center rallied to wood, and now we're just waiting for 400 wood, 350 stone. And this would be another time, so we're really not doing anything, right? All we're doing is we've got our town center rallied to the wood, we're hitting 4, we're hitting Q every now and then. And we're really not doing much else, so this would be another time where you can go to your scout and you can shift Q around the map. If you want to. You don't have to, though. You can literally just sit here and watch your base if you want to. You can see I'm making the knight now. You're hitting 4, hitting Q. Making sure you have villagers building at all times. Never stop making villagers. So we'll just call it right now. we'll have a benchmark at 5 minutes and 10 seconds. You should have 4 on food, 13 on wood, and 5 on stone. Okay? At 5 minutes and 10 seconds. You can write that down if you want to. That's a benchmark for you. And you can see there's really not a lot to talk about right now because we're just waiting for enough resources to make the town center. Almost have enough stone. Okay, you can see we have... So we went over on wood, which is fine. You might go a little bit over. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we have enough to make the town center. So the guy in the video told you to make it on a deer pack, which is a good idea, but because we're noobs, just make it literally right next to your other town center, alright? Literally just place that bitch right up next to the other one. So I've got the 5 from the wood going to make it. I've got the 5 from the stone going over to make it. Easy peasy. And now we're going to rally all of our worker production back onto the sheep now. Okay, so we're going to food. And we're going to stay on food until we get about 25-ish, you know, like 23 to 25 workers on food. So we're going to be on food for quite a while now until we have 25 on food. So we're rallying our command center onto the sheep. I accidentally had one go to the wood. I'm just going to pull him back real quick. You can see there I just turned him around. We want 10 on the wood right now and everything else onto the sheep. And you can see here, so again, we got more shift clicking to do. So as the town center is building, okay, think about what you want to do with these villagers, all right? What do we want to do with them? Well, we want 5 to go onto the gold vein once this town center's done, right? So let's box 5 of them. Let's hold shift and let's right click the wood vein. So we got 5 already. Perfect. Right there onto the wood. And now what do we want to do? Okay, we want a lot of food. So we could go onto the sheep if we want to, right? But we're about to run out of sheep because we really haven't been bringing our scout home because we don't give a shit about our scout right now. So we're about to run out of sheep, so we don't want to do that. So what we want to do now is we want to think about where our food resources are, okay? So if we look at the mini-map, I'm going to pull my camera away real quick, but just focus on the mini-map right now. So if we look on the mini-map, think about where your next food sources are and which ones are closest. So watch my cursor on the mini-map. So we got a berry patch right here. We got a berry patch right here. We got another one right here. We got a deer pack right here. And then we also have a deer pack right here in front of our base. So this berry patch is closest, so that's going to be our next food source. We want to start trying to diversify our food sources. That way we don't run out of a food source all at once and have our villagers, you know, not giving us any food. So we want to try to diversify and put villagers on multiple, at least 2 different food resources at once. So this is the closest berry patch, the closest food source. It could be, you know, in some games maybe it'll be a deer pack. Maybe your closest berry patch will be this one. You know, maybe you won't have one super close like this. Just find wherever the closest one is, and you're going to have 5 of the villagers that are building the town center make a mill next to whatever that food source is, okay? Whether it's berries or deer, it doesn't matter. Just whatever it is, as long as it's the closest one, they build a mill next to it, okay? And we're still rallied onto the sheep. So you can see here I've got 5 going to the stone, or 5 going to the gold, and 5 going to make the mill. And I'm bringing my scout back. I got a whole bunch more sheep. Again, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I did it. Because, you know, pro gamer and all that. Okay, so next. Let's think about what we want to do next, okay? What's going to come after this town center? We're going to want a little bit of a defensive force, okay? So we're going to want to build a archery range. So What we're going to want to do next is we're going to want to take 2 off of the wood. Just 2. And we're going to want to place an archery range somewhere. I mean, you can put it wherever you want, but I'd put it somewhere near your School of Cavalry, okay? But obviously, you can put it wherever the fuck you want. So I've got 2 coming off of the wood, so now I've only got 8 on wood. And I'm going to make the archery range. And once they're done with the archery range, so I've built the archery range, and I'm going to hold shift, and I'm going to put them onto the gold. So we'll go up to 7 total on gold. So I'm kind of deviating from this guy's build, but I think this is better, personally. And it's a little bit more noob-friendly, so we're deviating slightly from the guy in the video's build. So we're going to end up having 7 on gold because we're going to put these 2 onto the gold. So we've made the archery range, and we're going to hold shift, and we're going to right-click the gold. Once your second town center is done, obviously you want to be double producing villagers. So you want to put both of your command centers on the same hotkey. That way you can hit Q twice when you hit your 4 hotkey and build 2 of them. I don't know if you know how to do this. Maybe you already know. But to select multiple things at once, that way you don't have to like click one and then hold shift and click another one. You can, if you want to select both your town centers quickly, you can hold control and you can select one town center, and that'll select both of them. You'll select all of that same, structure or unit type that are on your screen. So that's a way to quickly select things. Or you can double click as well. Double clicking works the same way. And you can see it like with a villager. So like, I'm going to select just one right now. So I've just got this one selected. But if I hold control, I'm going to select all the villagers on my screen. So watch. Control, and I've selected all 27 that are on the screen. And the same works with double click. I can double click, and now I've selected all 27. So that's just a way to, quickly select both town centers to put them on control group 4. And start double pumping out villagers, and you want to rally them to the new food source. So we're not on the sheep anymore. We're going to whatever the new food source is. So in this case, the berries. And now what we're doing is we're going to wait for 105 gold, and we're going to start the wheelbarrow upgrade from the mill. So we're going to delay our second night for just a little bit so we can get wheelbarrow, because it's a really good upgrade. It makes your villagers move a little bit faster, and it increases their carry capacity by 5. So super good upgrade. So we're going to wait till we have 105 gold, and we're going to make wheelbarrow. And obviously, we're hitting 4, we're queuing villagers this whole time. Never, 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 never stop making villagers. We're just waiting for 105 gold. I'll do another benchmark for you at 8 minutes. Okay, we're almost there. We're like 3 gold shy, but that's fine. We're double producing villagers. Okay, we're at 100, or no, we're not there yet. My bad. We're almost there. All right, we're at 105 gold, so you can see I just spent my gold on wheelbarrow. And now you want to be building knights and archers. So what you want to do is just sporadically in between your building villagers, you're going to want to build like a knight, and then maybe you'll build like an archer. It's going to take a little bit of practice for you to kind of feel out the rhythm, because you never want to stop making villagers. Villagers always takes priority over a knight or an archer. So you want to make a knight or an archer when you feel like you're going to have enough food to build 2 more before, the next 2 are done. So at this stage of the game, you're going to be pretty starved of food and gold. Like, you're going to be like, just teetering on the edge of not having any at this point of the game. But that's a good thing. If you're starved for resources at this point of the game, that means you're doing it right, okay? You should not, at this stage of the game, you should not have, like 200 food and like 300 gold banked up. Like, you should not have anything banked up as far as food and gold go at this stage of the game, okay? So if you're starving for gold and you're just barely able to squeak out, villagers and a night in time, you're doing it right. Okay, so this might take a little bit of practice for you to get used to the rhythm of it, but just try to make a knight or an archer in between your villager cycles. You'll kind of get the hang of it. I'll try to explain it a little bit here as we go, but the basic goal is you'll want to go up to 5 knights and 6 archers. So you're going to end up building 4 more knights and 6 archers here. So you can see here I've got 2 villagers queued up right now. So if I manage to get 140 gold, I'm going to start a knight. Okay, I got 140 gold. I'm going to start a knight because my villagers are nowhere close to being complete. So I'm definitely going to have enough food in time before these 2 are done to, replace them. So I started a knight there. I made queued up another villager. I'm going to wait for another 50 food. Queued up another villager, and now I'll maybe queue up an archer. Maybe. I'm not sure. Oh no, I'm going to wait for another knight. Yeah, okay, I waited for another knight. So you kind of got to get the rhythm for it. And like I said, we're going up to around 25 to 23 on food. So be paying attention to that. So here's another benchmark for you. Let's go to 8 minutes and 10 seconds. So at 8 minutes and 10 seconds, you should have 22 on the food. You should have 8 on the wood. And you should have 7 on the gold. You should have 1 knight. Really, you should have 2 knights because this one's almost done. Like, if we just hit play real quick. Okay, you should have 2 knights and 1 archer. Okay? So at 8 minutes and 10 seconds, you should have 22 villagers on food, 8 on wood, 7 on gold, 2 knights, and 1 archer. Okay, let's keep going. And like I said, we're going up to 5 knights and 6 archers. And 24 on food. Or, as close to 25 as you can get. If you go a little bit over, if you're a little bit under, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Like, if you go to 26, it's fine. Like, I think I went to 26 here. And you're obviously making houses, like, as you're about to be supply blocked, like, as, this hits yellow, take one of the villagers off of the wood line to make your houses. Don't take them off of the food. Take them off of wood. Okay, so I've gone a little bit over. Maybe I went to 30 on... Did I go to 30 on food? Maybe I went to 30 on food. Okay, scrap what I said about 25. Go to 30 on food. My bad. I guess I decided 30 is the magic number. Okay, we got 30 on the food now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to rally to the wood. Eventually. Man, am I ever going to rally? I thought I did it at 30. Did I go to 35? Okay, I'm being an idiot right now. Okay. I guess I went to 35. Okay, so that's what I must have messed up. I thought it was 25, but it was 35. I was just 10 off. I thought it was 25, but it was 35. It's close enough. Anyway, so we want to go up to 25 on food. Sorry. As close to 30, or sorry, we want to go up to as close to 35 as we can get, and then we're going to rally to the wood. Apologies. I know that's very confusing, but deal with it. Go up to 35 on the food, okay? 35. And I'll put I'm going to put like a little graphic on the screen. Every time I say 25, I'm going to put a little graphic that says 35, okay? Just to try to make it better for you. So go up to 35 on the food. Oh, God. Okay. I knew I was going to fuck up at some point. Anyway, once you get to, so like in this case, it's berries. So once you get to like two berry bushes left, you want to start moving to your next food source. So just like once you get to like 2 bushes of berries or like 3 deer left, just box a group of the villagers that's on the berries. It doesn't matter how many. Just box a group of them, and then go to whatever the next food source is. So in this case, it's this berry patch right here, and you'll want to build a mill there. So you can see I'm about to do that here in a second. There we go. I just boxed a couple of them, and I'm going to this berry patch right here. And then you always want to rally to the next food source, but in this case, we're about to hit 35 on food. So we're going to rally to the wood instead. Oh, I rallied to the gold. Okay. Wait, did I rally to the gold? Oh yeah, I did rally. Okay, so we're rallying to the gold until we're at... Sorry. I made a lot of this up on the fly, so apologies. We're rallying to the gold until we have 13 on the gold, and then we're going to rally to the wood. And then with whatever villagers were remaining on this first berry patch, send to whatever the next food source is. So in this case, it's the deer over here. So again, we're diversifying food. We're going to go up to 13 on gold, and then we're going to rally to wood. And the reason we're rallying to wood is because at this point you should be at your 5 knights and your 6 archers, and you want to at this point start saving up for age 3. So you want to be putting down the age 3 landmark around 12 minutes is the goal. And once we get to age 3, we're going to place a bunch of production buildings, so we're going to want to have a bunch of wood banked up for that. So we're looking to age up around 12 minutes, like I said. And we're rallied onto wood until about 20 to 25 on wood. And then we'll do another benchmark for you. So at 11 minutes, you should have 34 on food. You should have 10 on wood with your command centers rallied to the wood. And you should have 13 on gold. And you should have 5 knights and 6 archers as well. And you're, at this point, saving up for age 3, which is Castle Age. And Castle Age costs 1,200 food and 600 gold. So what you're going to use to age up is whatever food source is like more towards the back of your base, because you don't want to put your age up building like in the front of your base. Like this is the only one that we're going to kind of worry a little bit about building placement. So in this case, it's this berries. You're just going to select every worker that's on that food source, and you're going to build the guild hall. And you can put it like fairly close to the mill. It really doesn't matter where you place it, just as long as it's, you know, away from where the enemy's going to attack. And then you can shift queue them back to berries as well. That way they go back to mining the food once they're done. And then once you've placed that, you're going to want to peel 3 workers off of the wood, and you're going to want to put down 3 more stables. So you're going to put down 3 more stables. And then you're going to obviously control click. You can do either the stables or you can control click the school of cavalry, and then put them all on a hot group. So I put them on 5 personally, and I have my archery ranges on 6. But that's just me. You can put them on whatever you want. Okay, we're now in the Castle Age. So now we can resume night production, but we want to be getting upgrades first. So the first upgrade you want to get is this upgrade to veteran. So as soon as you get into the Castle Age, build this upgrade to veteran for the knights. It's just this upgrade right here. And then after that, get the canted saddles upgrade. So you want to do that first, because you want your upgrades. Those are 2 really good upgrades. They're like blanket buffs for all the stats of your knights. And we're after we've got, you know, a good group, like, you know, 20-ish on wood, we're going to rally everything to the gold after that. And then as this last stable is finishing, you want to build 3 more archery ranges. So you want to have, basically the goal is you want to have 4 stables and 4 archery ranges. And you're going to start pumping out units. So knights take precedent over crossbowmen, but obviously try to build crossbowmen as well. Just like sprinkle both of them in there, but knights take precedent. And again, we're still building villagers. Villager production does not stop until I tell you to stop. Until you get to like 110-ish villagers, then you can stop. And at this point, you can start thinking about building economy upgrades as well. So like if you wanted to take double broadaxe and horticulture, you can get those. You can get them at any time you want. You can get the mining upgrade if you want that. Like a lot of this, like, you know, like past like, I don't know, like 10 minutes, like everything's kind of, it's going to be kind of loosey-goosey. Like it's hard to follow a build for this long. That's why I'm kind of messing up as I'm telling you to do it. Just try to get the basic concepts down. Because it's difficult to follow a build for, you know, fucking 20 minutes. Even it's difficult to follow a build for 10 minutes. So it's going to be hard, but just try to get the basic concepts down. You want to go up to 40 on food, 30 to 40 on gold, like 20 to 30 on wood, and then like maybe like 8 on stone is like the basic concepts. And like 110-ish villagers. Also, when the guild hall is done, you want to put it, don't do like me, I forgot to do it. I forgot to put it on food, but you want to have it generate gold, and that way when you get to age 4, you can collect all of your gold, and you'll have a huge surplus of gold, and you can max out super fast. But I forgot to do it in this game because I'm a dumbass. Don't be like me. Switch this as soon as the guild hall is done, switch this to gold. That way you have a massive gold influx once you hit age 4. And what we're looking at here is we want to have like a decent, it's going to be hard to tell you an exact number of units, but like, I don't know, like 25 knights and like a handful of crossbows. And then you want to stop production of that. And you want to look to age up to age 4 around 19 minutes, like 18 to 19 minutes. And we're kind of just like rallying to gold or food as we see fit. Like right now I'm trying to go up to 40 on food. Like if you find yourself lacking food as you're building units and villagers, then rally to food until you've got 40. If you're lacking gold, rally to gold until you're at like 35. You know, just whatever resource you're lacking on, rally to that until you hit like 40. Like, I wouldn't go over 40 on food. Like, any more than that's kind of overkill. And obviously, as your resources are running out, you're looking around the map. Like, you can come up here to these resources. You can rally back on wood and go up to like 30 on wood if you want. And start putting down a bunch of farms around your town centers to have farming income. You know, you're just going to kind of have to do that on your own. It's going to be hard for me to tell you exactly when to do all of that because it's going to be different every game. But just know, as your food sources are running out, just go to other food sources on the map. Maybe build some farms if you want to build some farms. But just keep making, the big things is keep making villagers number 1. Never stop making villagers and make units. Until you have a decent handful of units anyway. We'll see how many I have when I stop. I think I end up stopping with 25 knights, and I don't remember how many crossbowmen. You can get a blacksmith at some point as well, and you can start going for those upgrades too. All of your buildings that you're building, by the way, you're pulling villagers off of the wood to build. Never pull off of gold or off of food. Always pull off of wood to build buildings. Except for like your age up buildings. Like those you can pull off of food if you want to. As you run out of resources like gold, you know, go to the next gold vein. And if you're rallied onto gold, make sure you re-rally your town centers onto the new gold patch. Make sure you're continuing to build, like, don't get supply blocked. Make sure you're staying on top of your supply blocks. Like you can see here, I just made a shit ton of farms, so just like, you know, as you see fit, make farms, do whatever you want for food. I'll give you a benchmark here once these farms are done. Okay, at 16 minutes, you should have 34 workers on food, 18 on wood, 34 on gold. You should have, you know, a handful of units, I don't know, like... Or actually, you're going to end up having more on food because these guys are moving. You're going to end up having like you should have like 40 on food. Excuse me. Because these guys are moving, so they weren't counted. So you should have like 40 on food. And you should have like a handful of units, like, I don't know, like 20-ish knights and like 15 crossbowmen. That's what you, unless you got into a fight or something, but that's what you should have by 16 minutes. I think I end up making one more round of knights here. I think I start saving up for age 4 around 16 minutes. 16 minutes, 30 seconds maybe. Yep, I queued up one more round of knights here. And one more round of crossbows, I believe, as well. And then I'll start saving up for age 4 around 16 minutes and 30 seconds. And as you're saving up as well, you're gonna end up with a bunch of gold. So you can make upgrades as you're aging up, or as you're saving up to age up. I would start with these two down here, the armor upgrades, just because it'll make you take less damage. So I'd start with these two down here. We're just saving up for age 4 at the moment. We're gonna build the College of Artillery, or whatever it's called. At this point, I finally noticed I wasn't generating gold, so I had like 900 food banked up that it should have been gold. That I should still be. You want to keep banking that up until as soon as your age 4 landmark is done, then you can collect the gold to give you a huge gold surplus right away. We got workers rallied onto wood, so I'm going to be going up to like 30, 35 on wood because again, when I get to age 4, I'm going to build a shit ton more production, so I want a whole bunch of workers on wood right now. So I put 30 on wood, and then I'm going to rally the remaining, I think, 8 workers that I build onto stone. And then I'll be done, I'll finally be done with worker production at that point. And I'll benchmark that for you once we get there. Okay. So I pulled a bunch off of the wood line. I don't know, pull like 15-ish off of the wood line to make the College of Artillery. And you can make it wherever you want. It doesn't matter. And as that College of Artillery is building, I believe I do it as it's building anyway. Yep. So as it's building, split off like 6 from the wood and make... So this is going to be a lot of production here. You're going to go up to 10 stables and 10 archery ranges, okay? So you want 10 of each. So make enough, so you'll end up making 6 more stables and 6 more archery ranges. Start with the stables and then make the archery ranges later. So you can see I've just got 6 queued up right now. And then once these guys are done, obviously shift queue them back to the wood. And then obviously at this point, you should be able to collect your resources, and you should have around 1,000, 1,200 gold banked up. So then you'll have a massive gold influx, and you can get upgrade to elite. You can get a cannon if you want a cannon, and then you can start queuing up knights again. But because I didn't do that, I'm only going to be able to start upgrading elites, and I'm going to get like a few horses. So I don't know. It just helps you. It helps you max out faster, basically. The name of the game right now is maxing out as quick as we can. Okay, we got a benchmark for you. Let's go to 19 minutes and 25 seconds. At 19 minutes and 25 seconds, we're done making villagers for the rest of the game, okay? So at 19 minutes and 25 seconds, you should be on age 4. You should have 113 villagers total, with 41 on food. You should have like 24 on wood with like, 6 making your production buildings. So basically 30 on wood. 34 on gold and 8 on stone. And you should just be pumping out knights and crossbowmen at this point. And also, you want to get that crossbow stirrups upgrade as well. So you should save up 700 gold because it costs 700 gold and 300 food. So save up that much resources and get that stirrups upgrade right away as well, because that'll help you out quite a bit. Which is what, yeah, I'm doing that right now. You can see over here on the left, I've got all these upgrades building. I've got chivalry building, upgrade to elite. I've got mining upgrading. I've got +1 melee armor upgrading. I just started crossbow stirrups, so you want to be getting your upgrades as you age up. My stables are done, so I queued up the 6 archery ranges. And now we're just pumping units. We want to max out as quick as we can. I think I start a cannon here pretty soon. We can fast forward from here. Like basically all we're doing right now is pumping out units. I got a cannon going. Pumping units. We're steering right now. We're heading towards max out. We're trying to max out as quick as we can. Honestly, if you were to get the gold, if you were to have, made this have gold from the very beginning, you'd probably be maxed out right now. But because I didn't do that, it's delaying me a little bit. But I will give you a max out benchmark here. And okay, 22 minutes and 22 seconds. You should be completely maxed out. 200 supply out of 200 supply. And you can go and, kill the enemy, do whatever you want. You can A-move his base and, forget. I mean, you could literally A-move and forget about it. Just make sure as you're attacking to always have units queued up. So you can see here I got a whole bunch of units queued up on everything. I guess we didn't really get to look at it. But if you pause there, you'll see I had a whole bunch of units queued up. Anyway, there's the build. I hope that was kind of helpful for you. I know it's a lot to process, but the more you do it, the better it'll get. I'm going to do one more thing for you because I think it helps me. I'm going to show you the proof of concept. I'm going to do it against the hardest AI, and I'm going to show you how to do it in action, and I'm going to show you that it works against even the hardest AI. So that's what we'll do next. And I'll obviously provide commentary throughout. All right, we're about to go in. You can see I'm French. Hardest AI, he's an English player. This first part, when I have to do the very first part of the game, it's going to be hard for me to talk because even I still have to think about what I'm doing in the first part, but I'm going to do my best to talk while we're doing it. So just try to watch and you don't have to follow along with this, just watch and you can see how everything works while I'm doing it. I think it'll help out a little bit to actually visually see me doing it in a game. At least it would help me if I was the one learning. So just, watch and learn. Let's do it. And pay attention to when I'm hitting 4. Here, let me pause. In this first part, pay attention to my scout. Like when I'm looking at my scout, when I'm hitting 4, which is my town center hotkey, when I'm queuing up units, just pay attention to everything you can. Okay, pay attention to when I'm queuing up units, what I'm looking at, when I'm shifting things around. Like how do I know when to like when a food source runs out? How do I know when it happens? Like what am I clicking to go to that? You know, just try to pay attention to the things that I'm doing. So you can see here, we're just running around with our scout now, and I'm hitting 4, hit Q, and now we're gonna go around a little bit. Let's build the mining camp. Let's go back to our scout. Oh, there's a sheep right there. Let me hit 4 and make sure I've got 2 villagers queued up. And let's keep going. Oh, there's a sheep right there. Let me hit 4. Okay, I'm about to not have one queued up. And let me queue up another one. Alright. Any more sheep around? I'm looking at the time. Oh, I see a sheep right there. I'm waiting for that 1 minute 55 second mark. I want to get at least 5 sheep, but preferably more. And I'm just scouting in a circle around my base. Okay, I've got 3 on gold, so let me go back and re-rally onto the food. And let's go back to our scout. Let me hit 4. I've only got 1 queued up. Let's queue up another one. Let's keep scouting. Hit our command center. Okay, we got 2 queued. That's fine. Let's keep scouting. We're still not at 155. Let me queue up another villager. Keep on scouting. So I've managed to make it to the edge of my base before, and I've only found 4 sheep. Oh, there we go. We found 2 more right at the end there. Very nice. Good, good, good. 155. Let's start heading back, and we'll manage to get that sheep as we're coming back. Let me queue up another villager. Okay, now you're gonna see me as I watch what I do with the sheep as I drag past my scout past the town center. Watch how I pull the sheep into the town center, and then watch what I do with my scout in the shift queuing around the mini map. So just watch what I'm doing. They kind of killed one of these sheep a little bit farther away than I would have wanted, but whatever, it's fine. And you can see I've got my scout queued up, and now we can forget about our scout for a while. Ooh, I've actually got too many queued up there. Let me go build the school of cavalry. Okay, now, I actually think I messed that up a little bit. Let me box 2 and go over to the stone. Let me box 1, build a house. And then let me box 2 and go to the wood. And now we're waiting for 100 gold. Okay, we got 100 gold. Let's go build the stone mine. Oh, and you know what else I forgot to do? Oh, actually, no. It's not time for that yet. After the school of cavalry is done, then we do that. I forgot. I forgot because there's nothing to do. So what do we do when there's nothing to do? We go look at our scout. Let me hit 4, make sure 2 are queued up. 1's about to be done. Let's just queue up another one. Alright, we're at 9 villagers on food, so let me go back and rally onto food. And then let's go back and look at our scout again. Since we've got nothing else to do. Let me hit 4. No, we still got 2 queued. Let me hit 4. Okay, let's queue up another one. And then let's just shift queue this guy around the map again. And let's go back to our base real quick. Okay, this is about done, so let's pay attention for a little while. Villagers are all going off to do what they do. Let me box 5. Go on to that tree pack. So these will be the 5 that make the town center. And let's make a knight. Let's not forget the knight this time. We can shift queue him onto the wood. And now we're just waiting for resources to build our lumber camp. Okay, we've got enough. Let's pull those guys off, and let's re-rally onto the wood. Onto the big wood pack here. And let's queue up like 3, and there's nothing to do, so let's go look at our scout. Oh, I don't want to run into that, so let's pull him away. Let me hit 4, make sure we got enough queued up. We do indeed. And now we're just kind of watching the resources. So we've got nothing to do except watch resources right now. I'm just watching the 400, watching for 350. Hitting 4. Oh, we don't have 2 queued up. Let me queue up another one. Oh, I got a sheep right there. Hitting 4. Let me queue up another. You can see how many times I'm hitting. Like, I'm literally hitting 4 throughout the whole game. You can see how often I'm looking at it. Like, you should be doing this all the time. And, oh, that's another good thing I forgot to mention. That quick camera movement that you see me do, if you don't know how to do that, if you double tap your hotkey for whatever that thing is, it'll quickly zoom to that location. So you'll watch, my scout is on hot group 1. So I'm going to double tap 1 and my camera will move to him. So watch. Double tap 1, moves to my scout. Let me just shift queue him around the map a little bit and then back to my base. And then let me go back home. And we're about to have enough here. About to have enough. Okay, we got enough. Let's put this down. Perfect. We've got the second town center building. Let me hotkey that. And we can re-rally onto sheep. I've got too many on wood, so let me just split one off onto the wood here. And then we'll take these 5. We'll go on to gold. And we'll take these 5. And where's my closest food source? It looks like this is going to be my closest food source. So let's go build a mill. Let's queue up a villager, and let's start a house. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So I've got these 5 going to gold. I got these 5 going to berries. That's done, so let me queue up villagers on both now. And we're going over to the berries. Now let me select 2 workers, and we'll go build the archery range. And then once that's done, we'll shift queue them over to the gold. And we're building workers. Always building workers. I've got like 1 food shy for one of those villagers, but that's okay. And now we're looking for 105 gold to start wheelbarrow. Almost got 105 gold here. Literally 1 gold shy. Seems to be my life at the moment. I'm 1 resource shy of everything. My scout is now back, so let's move those sheep over here. I've got enough for wheelbarrow. Let's start that. I'm going to wait for a night right now. So I've got, what, 6 on the sheep and 12 on the berries. I've almost got enough for a knight. Okay, let's build a knight. I think I'll have enough to make an archer, so let's make an archer. And then we'll queue up a couple vills. Just trying to think if I'm forgetting to do anything at the moment. I'm about to have enough for another knight. Let's make a knight. I should have enough food in time to make villagers. I do indeed. Well, maybe. Okay. I was a little bit shy there. I'm about to be supply block, so let's just make a house real quick. I'm probably not going to have enough to make a archer, so let me queue up a few there, and then we'll make an archer. I've got 2 knights, with a 3rd one being queued, so I need 2 more knights. So let me queue up a knight. My berry patches are still looking good. I'm waiting until I have 2 left. 2 berry patches left. Let me queue up an archer. I've got, I need to queue up one more knight, and then we'll be good on knights. Keep a few more vills. Almost have enough for a knight. Let's make the knight, and now we just need a few archers here. Let me just queue up a couple archers there. Oh, we're about to be supply blocked. Let's make another house. And there's our 3 archers that we'll need. So that'll make 6 archers and 5 cavalry. So no more units now. Now we're looking to save up for the age up. It kind of rhymed. We're about to be... Okay, there we go. Let's box a few of these guys. And where's our next food source? It looks like it's these deer over here. So let's move to that, and we'll re-rally to that. Actually, we don't need to. Let's actually rally to the gold, because we have about 30-ish on that. Oh, this is already done too. So let's throw them over here as well. We're going to be starved on food, unfortunately, for a second here, because that was kind of unfortunate timing, but oh well. It'd be what it be. We're waiting for 13 on gold here. Almost got enough. 2 more onto gold, and then we will rally onto the wood until we're about 15 on wood. Okay, let's rally onto the wood. We're about to be supply blocked, so let's make a house. We're being attacked. Let me just pull these guys away. So if you get attacked, just come to the town center. Don't panic. Use your knights to push them away. Okay, we've pushed them away. Let's rally them over there and then back to wood. Not a big deal here. You can see we've got 34 on food, 12 on wood, 10 on gold. So we're looking good. We're about to have enough for the guild hall here. We're about to be supply blocks. Let's just build a house. I'm going to build it with these guys. Alright, guild hall right here, and then we'll shift queue back to the food. Let's re-rally onto food now. And then we'll take 3. I selected 1 too many. Take 3, and we'll build 3 stables. Still making villagers throughout all of this. We're going to hot group our stables onto 5. We're gonna go up to about 40 on food here. So I'm at about 2 more, and we should be good. And then we'll go on to gold after that. Okay, we want to upgrade the veteran, and we want to make canted saddles. We're about to be supply blocked. Let's just make a couple of houses. Okay, we've got enough on food. Let's rally to gold now. Looks like we're about... I'm going to select some of these guys right now and go to this deer pack over here. These guys are about done with that, so let's queue up 3 archery ranges, and then we'll go back over there. So now we can think about getting economic upgrades. So I'm going to go for double broad axe. I'm going to get horticulture. I'm going to bring these guys over. Actually, let's bring these guys over to the berries over here. We want to put this onto gold. Let's not forget to do that, shall we? And then let's start producing some knights and crossbowmen. As well as, obviously... I have not stopped making villagers this whole time. We're getting attacked again. Let's just run away. Back to the safety of the town center. Not a big deal. We're garrisoned into the town center. Okay, they're running away. Let's come out. And re-rally back onto the gold. Just don't, if you get attacked, don't freak out. You've got the defense army. Everything is fine. We're about to be supply blocked. Let's make a few houses. Let's also start our blacksmith. And we're just making units. We're gonna go up to about, I don't know, like 30 on gold, I guess. So I've obviously lost some units, so I don't know exactly how many to make at the moment. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Let's make another house before we go back. I'm gonna make another another mining camp closer up. That way we mine a bit more efficiently here. All right, we're being attacked again. Let's just pull back. Okay, we're good. And maybe we'll go up to like 30 on the gold. So we're waiting for about 16 minutes. We're gonna start saving up. Alright, I feel like I probably got enough on gold. I'm gonna move over to wood now. Let's move over to this gold source. I see a unit right there. Let's just go kill it. Alright, I'm starting to run out of food over here. So I'm gonna start building farms. Because why not? I'm also saving up for H4 at this point. Just queue up a few of those guys. Let's start our armor upgrades. Keep making villagers. That is really far away. I'm gonna build another mill for that. Just because that's insanely far away. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. I think I might get the mining upgrade as well. I'm probably gonna have to put more on. I'm gonna put more onto the gold because I kind of need gold right now if I want to age up in time. Still got my defense army. If I wanted to, I could build some walls. I could also build a monastery and collect these relics for gold. It's things that you could do if you want to. I'm not going to just because I didn't do it in the build order guide that I just did. But just know that you could collect relics if you want to. You could make walls right now if you wanted to make yourself safer. But you don't have to. But you probably should. Alright, we're almost at enough gold here. Alright, we've made it. I'm gonna put it over here. Actually, I'm gonna do it with wood, guys. Let me grab this pack of wood. We're just gonna throw it down right there. Let's keep making some homeboys here. Let's rally onto the stone now. Where's my stone at? Right here. I'm gonna bring these guys back. Actually, let's rally onto the wood. And we can resume producing units. And obviously soon I just spent a bunch of wood on these farms, but I'm going to be making the extra production buildings here very shortly. I want to go up to 30 on to wood here. That's what I'm waiting on here. Let's get horticulture. So we can get our gold influx right now if we wanted to, but I'm just going to wait until I start getting my production kicked in. Okay, let's split off 5 right now and start making our production. So 1, oops, 2. Let's also start our upgrades. Crossbow stirrups. 3, 4, 1 more. Oops. Let's rally onto stone over there. We got 39 doing nothing, so our gold guys are done. Let's go over there. Still need 1 more stable. There we go. One more house is fine, and then now let's collect our gold. We get a massive gold influx. We can upgrade, get some upgrades, get some units. Get some units. Ooh, I forgot an upgrade. That's fine though. Can build it off of that. Let me hotkey all of my new stables. Got some units doing nothing. Let's build some farms. I have stopped building workers because I feel like I have enough. And we're just trying to max out as quickly as we can here. Oops. Did not mean to build that. I wanted to build a cannon. Because I know you're a cannon enjoyer. Let me build another little dealio there, that way it's closer. Just gonna build that there for now. I want 1 more cannon at least. I got a villager doing nothing. Let's just throw him onto the gold. We are just trying to max out. I think I built a little bit too many farms maybe. So my wood is a bit delayed, but that's okay. 1. As long as you get the production at some point. Oops. 2, 3. Almost maxed out. We're going to be a little bit slower in this one than the last one, but that's fine. Alright, we're maxed out. Let's go and attack him. Oh shit, I built the wrong built the wrong thingamajig there. Alright, there we go, that's enough. And let's just watch the attack, shall we? Let's have our cannons go on to the keep. Oh, he's got the big keep right there. We'll kill this guy before he brings that back. You don't have to do any of this micro if you don't want to. I'm just doing it because. Got 74 workers doing nothing. You can see you want to be queuing up. You want to be queuing up, you know, units behind your attacks. That way, as you lose units, you regain them. And you can see we're just absolutely dominating the AI here. Let me bring these guys into the city a little bit. I'm gonna start. Oh, I don't have enough gold. Will I have enough gold if I do this? I will. Let me start another cannon. And I'm basically using my cannons to snipe either keeps or landmark buildings. So you want to like look for buildings like this that look like a landmark and snipe them. Or town centers are a good thing to go for as well. And I'm still just trying to keep my all my units queued up while I'm doing all of this. And you can get upgrades as well, so like I can get that upgrade. If you want to, you know, max out your upgrades in here, you can do that. You know, just get upgrades as you see fit. And maybe you're running thin on units, so let's just bring in the reinforcements now. And there we go. Hardest AI defeated with the build that I showed you. Easy peasy, right? Obviously, this is going to take you a lot of time to master. I managed to do it in like 4 tries, but you know, I have a lot of RTS experience, so it's pretty easy for me to do. But it's going to take you a while to master this, obviously. Just kind of, you know, do it the best you can. It doesn't really, you don't really have to get it down super perfectly. It doesn't have to be to the second. You just got to get somewhere in the ballpark and you'll be fine. Yeah, just keep practicing it basically, and you'll eventually get there. Anyway, hope this helped you. If it didn't, obviously just message me and I'll try to help you out. I'll try to make clear anything that I didn't make clear, but I feel like I explained everything as well as I probably can. So obviously I'm still pretty new at this game too, so I don't know everything. But I feel like I did as well as I possibly could. So hopefully it helps. And yeah, GG.